Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Black Lotus Oracle. Today I have a quick reading for Taurus. Um, let's just get straight into it. Ooh, Eartha Kitt. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get a oracle card here. Oh, the Wheel of, I don't know, two of these cards came out. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Hermit. Let's just take them both. I guess Taurus will be having special privileges. For some reason, Spirit said you get two cards. Um, these are two. So the Wheel of Fortune came up in reverse. Okay, let's first discuss Eartha Kitt. Let me take a sip of coffee first. Okay. When I think about Eartha Kitt, quick brief history of Eartha Kitt and I want to say personal relationship with her, even though she's passed on and I don't know her, obviously, right? But in my mind's eye, I have a personal relationship with Eartha Kitt, and I met her in the 5D. People are like, oh my gosh, this girl is crazy. Whatever. I met her essence in the 12th grade. I wrote this essay on her called The Gilded Artist, and I used it as my college application essays, basically discussing her being my role model and the reasons why I looked up to her and the reasons why she inspires me. Eartha Kitt comes from a very poor, underprivileged background. Her mother was a slave in the South, a slave or a sharecropper in the South, and basically she was a product of rape. The plantation owner raped her mother, and basically she was sort of ostracized because she was a mixed breed, inbred, so on and so forth. So what happened was, because she didn't fit in either race or social dynamics, she felt it was best for her to move to the north and like sort of pioneer and do her own thing, because like the southern ways were just not working out for her. So at some point she found herself, I believe, in New York. However, she was homeless and she was like a bag lady, and she used to sometimes like collect coins in order to transport herself on the subway from place to place. So she began singing in the nightclubs for money, and so she became like, back in the day it was called, what was it called when you would sing in the nightclubs? I honestly forgot, but it was like during the big band times, the whole jazz big band thing. She was very outspoken on politics. As a matter of fact, she got blacklisted by the US government because she was very opinionated. So she she spent a lot of time, once she got blacklisted in the United States for her opinion. One of the main things that also got her in trouble was during the apartheid in South Africa. I think she refused to go play a gig in South Africa because She didn't want to play anything that was segregated. So it's like she didn't want to play by all of the racist rules. So she decided, not only did she decide, but she was sort of forced to leave and go to Europe to sort of continue on her career as an entertainer, because people in the United States didn't like the fact that she was outspoken about her opinions. She didn't want to go with the status quo in regards to that. So she like toured Europe. She learned all of these different languages. She learned how to speak Japanese. She learned how to speak Portuguese. She learned how to speak French. Um, she just really was a social chameleon. And she reminds me so much of myself, because I'm the same way. I believe in that whole I'm a citizen of the world, I'm not a citizen of a country. I'm very outspoken about social injustices. I'm very, very fearless. I guess some of the things that I've said has gotten me blacklisted and censored, because I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking out against social injustices. I'm speaking out against forms of racism. I'm speaking out against government oppression and government injustices, not on a minuscule perspective. These are like human rights that I'm speaking on, that I've been literally deprived of. So, in many different ways, just in hindsight, it's funny that I used Eartha Kitt as my inspiration to sort of. I never knew how much like her I would end up becoming. Um, like I said, I just see myself in her so much. She's a nature person. She just loves to be out in the atmosphere, unencumbered, free. If something doesn't work out for her in one area of the world or one area of the United States, she'll just pack up her stuff and leave. And it's like, okay, you don't like what I have to say? I'll go somewhere else where I'm valued, where my opinion matters, where my rights matter, where I, as a human being, can actually be applauded for my statements and for my boldness, rather than stay somewhere where people don't want to hear what I have to say, where people censor me just because I'm telling the truth. I'll go elsewhere. Take all the shit. Take the valuables. Take the materials. You don't like the fact that I'm a black woman who's opinionated, who doesn't want to succumb, who doesn't want to uh, submit. Take the stuff if you want it. I'll go elsewhere. That's like, that's totally like my essence. Especially when learning different languages, different dialects, like that's all me, all day. She loves animals, she loves nature, like that's me. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. I'm already 8 minutes in. So this is Taurus. Yeah, perfect energy. Taurus rules nature. You might have a special, unique connection with animals. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it could be like a cycle that is like continuing on, that hasn't been closed off. You could be dealing with a Virgo, the Hermit, the Sphinx. This might be in regards to like your own knowledge. You can be studying philosophy at this time. You could be going within, or maybe going in social isolation to meditate on your belief systems. Maybe meditate on karmic cycles that you might want to close out. Or you might be having spiritual downloads. The pyramids, to me, the pyramids are like portals. I was just having this thought about crystals, right? And the excavation of ancient relics. Now, there's a lot of archaeologists who go around and they like excavate, meaning just they dig up relics. When you when you when you change the when you bring something out of the ground that carries a lot of energetic value, energetic weight, it shifts the energetic atmosphere. So maybe the spiritual downloads that you're receiving is causing shifts or karmic shifts in your life. The knowledge that you are receiving could be literally shifting events in the world on a broader spectrum. Um, Let me meditate on this a little bit more. Perhaps you're about to go on a spiritual journey, or you're coming back from a spiritual journey. It's like a pilgrimage. I was watching this movie, and it was something about witches. The Wild Witch. The wild witches are the guardians of nature. So you could be a guardian of nature, like you could have a personal relationship with animals, like you could be able to speak to animals. You could be a animal psychic. Like whenever animals are in your environment, they might stop like running and then they just look at you for long periods of time. Like they're literally trying to speak to you. So this could be a gift that you might be awakening at this time, or different insects might just fly into you, and you might need to start looking what the spiritual meaning of the insect is, or you might, excuse me, run into a deer, or you might be seeing dead birds, which I've been seeing a lot of dead birds, you know. Seasonally, I see different animals. Sometimes this month I might see blue jays. This other month I might see mockingbirds. This other month I might have a bunch of fireflies flying into my face. Things of that nature. So I feel like you're a wild witch. You're in tune with nature. Animals speak to you. They could speak to you in dreams, or they could speak to you in real life. Um, I would say pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, and maybe nature is like calling to you to reconnect. All right, Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in.